Hey everybody that's tapping in, if y'all can, hit the like button. I'll get started in a few minutes. I'm trying to give some of my people a time to get on here instead of just the bush watchers. Hey Demetria Harrison, how you doing, boo? I got a great live for y'all, man. I just got off work, but when I seen this, I felt like it was a great topic and we all need to talk about it. You feel me? I don't know if everybody done heard about this, what's going on in Gwinnett County in Georgia, but it definitely needs to be talked about. We need some attention brought on some real subjects, some things that's going on across the world. Y'all know me, I'm all for kids, so definitely when it involves kids, it definitely catches my attention. How you been doing today, Demetria? I'm gonna start in a minute. Whether anybody on here or not, they'll get the replay. It's not even a problem. I'm at home now, so my hubby gonna be helping me with some of the things about this case that I may not know. But for the most part, hey Elizabeth Murray, thank you for tapping in, love. Thank you, thank you. Come on in, come on in. You feel me? This is about Celeste Hall and Celeste Owens and Brittany Hall, the mother of Maury Hall. I don't know if y'all have heard that story lately, but we're gonna talk about it. I'm good, love. You want super stickers or Cash App? I can't do Cash Apps. I only have Zelle, so if you can Zelle me, that will be better. But if not, you can do super stickers. I'm really good with whatever y'all can do for me. My Zelle is on the screen though. Other than that, I do have a buy me a coffee link too. Hold on, y'all. I'll put it in the chat. That's the buy me a coffee right there on the screen. And I'll put the Zelle in the chat and pin it, y'all, before I get started. That's so sweet, Demetria Harrison. I really didn't expect nobody to offer a super sticker or a Cash App or anything. So I guess they say don't expect stuff, just wait and see. So I appreciate you even asking. I'm putting my Zelle in the chat though. Just 1 second. We're gonna go ahead and start. How y'all doing today, man? Did y'all go to work today? I just got off not too long ago. And when I seen this, I said, I have got to talk about it. Okay, y'all, I'll put that in the chat and let me pin it and I'll move right on along. Okay. Have anybody else came up in here that I didn't see? So I can shout y'all out. Hold on, let me get back to my comments. She just got sentenced yesterday. Okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah, we're the last ones in here. Okay, yes, she just got sentenced yesterday, y'all, but I want y'all to see this. This case actually happened in Georgia, Gwinnett County, and it's just strange because the other day I had a live with an old friend of mine, the bisexual thing where she was talking about how she has dated women and men. And it's a lot of that going on. So that's why I really brought that topic to the internet. A lot of women like women, some like men, and some like both. You feel me? So it was a great topic then, and I still feel like it's a great topic now. Make a long story short, with this case, I'm going to go ahead and tap in. I'm going to share my screen and let y'all see some of the stuff that I saw. Because, this was really mind blowing to me that all of this happened. Now, the only thing that I can't really understand, hey Debbie Robinson, how you doing, love? Only thing I can't really understand is what happened with the girlfriend, the mother of the child, because this girl right here who is being sentenced, she is the girlfriend, of the mother, if you understand what I'm saying. But let's tap right on into this. Hold on, what just happened? Okay, yeah. Hang on, y'all. I'm coming, y'all. I'm sharing my screen. Y'all know this is my first time sharing my screen. Okay. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I said, okay, I got it. I got it.
In the Superior Court of Gwinnett County, State of Georgia, in the matter of the State of Georgia versus Celeste Alexandria Owens, indictment number 24B03590-11. Verdict of the jury. We, the jury, find the defendant as follows. Count 1, malice murder, guilty. Count 2, felony murder, guilty. Count 3, felony murder, guilty. Count 4, felony murder, guilty. Count 5, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 6, aggravated battery, guilty. Count 7, aggravated assault, guilty. Count 8, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 9, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 10, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 11, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 12, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 13, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 14, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 15, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 16, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 17, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 18, cruelty to children in the first degree, guilty. Count 19, concealing the death of another, guilty. And count 21, making a false statement, guilty. Signed and dated this 13th day of December 2024 by the foreperson. You may be seated. Is the state ready to move for sentencing?
The state is ready, Your Honor. If I may have a moment. Ms. Virginia?
Y'all, I wanted to pause it so y'all could get an understanding of what's going on. The woman with the tattoo on her face with the blank stare, that's the lady named Miss Owens. That's the girlfriend of the mama of the daughter. Brittany's girlfriend, basically. Ari, ain't that her name? Amari is the daughter. So her and the mother is who killed this little girl, Amari, unalived her. They actually did the crime together. Thank you, sis, for that $10 super sticker. I appreciate your support, love. Thank you so much, and I love you too. They actually did this crime together. And the only one that I'm seeing sentenced is the mother. I mean, the girlfriend. I haven't seen the actual mom be sentenced or charged with anything right now. So that's why I'm kind of. This actually happened yesterday. The little girl was, how old was our 8? She was only 8 years old. She was 8 years old and she was beaten badly. Like, this has been going on for a while, from my understanding. From who?
They said she had let me see. Let me bring you up.
The little girl was malnourished. She had been beaten. It was a lot going on with her. And the child was only 8 years old, Tyrese.
But for her to be 8 years old and the little girl only weighed 54 pounds.
Yeah, the child was 8 and only weighed 54 pounds, y'all. So that tells you a lot right there, how the girl wasn't taken care of. And these people are in Gwinnett, Georgia, just so y'all know. And this case just took place. I think this woman right here was actually sentenced yesterday. So this case is not old at all. This is a new case. So if y'all not on it, I will be bringing this to y'all to update y'all with different stuff that's going on with it. Honestly, when I got home, my husband put me on this case and it just blew my mind. I couldn't believe that it actually happened. Hello, Toya and chat. Peace and blessings. Hey, love, how you doing? How y'all doing? Anybody in the chat I didn't get to speak to? Hey.
It said that her body was discovered in the wooded area, and the medical examiner testified that she died from multiple blunt force trauma, blunt force injuries, showing signs of malnutrition and battered child syndrome. At 8 years old, the little girl weighed 54 pounds. So this ain't nothing that just happened split second. It's been happening. Like, she been getting tormented and tortured for a while, and it just caught up to her. And that they overdid it. They did a little too much. You feel me?
Yeah, so it's just like they've been doing this all this time, and now they actually caught these people beating this woman, this little girl. After she was dead, they had to find the girl body where they had put her. They had actually beat her and went and hid the body. I don't know how the cops got a whiff up to go look for her, but you just got to understand, like,
because they reported her missing November.
The two moms.
Yeah, they reported her missing. They said that she ran away from their stay at motel. They was at some resort or something, and they said she ran away. They reported her missing then, and that was like 2022. You know what I'm saying? But somehow they done got a whiff and found out where she was, so they found her body in the wooded area in DeKalb County down there in like the forest.
2022.
Yeah, this was 2 years ago that she just getting sentenced on it though.
Oh, so she was just sitting in jail waiting trial.
She been sitting in jail.
So they been found the body.
Yeah, they found her too. I think they said they found her like a couple days after when they. Okay.
Hey, Miss Dixon, how you doing, love?
It said the case unfolding. Okay, the jury found Celeste Owens guilty on all 21 counts. Owens is charged with killing her partner's 8-year-old daughter, Amari Hall, in 2021.
Yeah, that's sad as hell. And I don't understand why the girlfriend's not getting charged. Hold on, y'all, but we're going to tap back into this video. Thank you, Miss Dixon.
A moment to confirm with the family. I do believe they'd like to address the court at the appropriate time.
Before we do that, we request.
All right, very good. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the defense has requested a polling of the jury. What I'm going to have you do is starting with the foreperson, because I'm not sure what order you guys are standing in. So I'm just going to have you stand up one by one in the first row all the way down, and then we'll start with the second row, excluding the alternates, of course. All right, sir, you're juror number 17, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Was that your verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and voluntarily made by you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it still your verdict?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You can be seated. You tell me your juror number, please. 16. All right, juror number 16. Was that your verdict in the jury room? Was it freely and voluntarily made by you? Is it still your verdict? Thank you. What's your juror number, please?
2.
All right, juror number. Verdict in the jury room?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it freely and that is devolved upon us, and it is our responsibility and duty as citizens of Gwinnett County and of the United States. And it is a duty that is devolved upon us by the laws of this nation. And nobody ever wants to get that letter in the mail when they get it, but it is a duty that is honored and respect, and it's what sets this criminal justice system apart from all the other countries. And so I just want to say thank you guys so much for your service and your time.
I wanted y'all to hear her
I now want to
verdict.
release
I
you
mean,
from the
her
prohibition
sentencing.
about looking anything up, reading anything, or discussing this case. You are free to do this from this moment on. I will also tell you that a lot of times, I remember when I was a practicing attorney and I had jury trials, it always helped me to be able to speak with my jury afterwards. So you are free to do that. When we're done with sentencing, if you see them, a lot of times the attorneys sometimes will come down to jury assembly. And if you are willing to speak with them, you may. If you don't want to, you don't have to either. Okay? So Ms. Barnes, will you please take them to the jury room?
Hey, Dee Dee. And thank you, Demetria, for the super sticker. I'm not trying to fast forward it too much, but I want y'all to hear the sentencing, her verdict.
About looking anything up, reading anything, or discussing this case.
Do I need to stop it, sis, and start over, or
We're going to
what?
take a 10-minute recess and then we'll move to sentencing.
I mean, do I need to stop it, or I can just let it play here for the verdict, or is it too long? Dawn, did you hear me? Yeah, stop it for a minute. Okay. Okay, y'all, I definitely want y'all to hear the verdict, and I'm going to go back to a different part of this, not on this scene, but a different scene where y'all can actually hear some of the things that they did to this little girl, because when I tell you it's heartbreaking, I paused it, and I'm going to go back and let them hear the verdict, because I didn't hear it yet. I
don't think it's on that clip.
Yeah. Thank you, Dee Dee, for the support. Thank everybody for the support. Even y'all that's just showing up, I appreciate y'all, man. It goes a long way. I really do appreciate it. Demetria, I'm trying to see who all sent super stickers so I can call y'all out. Sis, Dawn, thank you. I think them the only 2 super stickers I got. It say I got 3, but I only see 2. Okay, y'all, we're gonna get back into it. What is the verdict?
It ain't gonna be in
It ain't gonna be on this one.
it.
Okay, hold on. This one? Ain't that the same one? Eight-year-old Amari.
Yeah. That's the long one. That's her. Yeah.
Get clean car happy and give your car a sparkling shine with Tidal Wave Auto
Dang, they don't
Spa's
play about these daggone commercials, is it?
Clean Club membership, where you can wash your car once a day,
Yo, I can't fast
every
forward
day.
this. That's
Enjoy
what
the
y'all
Tidal Wave
telling me.
experience with
Thank you, sis,
an
for
attendant
another
pre-washing your
super
car
sticker.
before
You
the
showing
ultimate
out,
auto
ain't
spa
it? You showing
treatment.
all the way out, big
Afterwards,
sis.
you can help
Appreciate
yourself to
you.
our free vacuums,
I'm trying to figure out how I can get this on here. I'm trying to get it past all
cleaning
this
cloths, and
talking. It
spray
ain't letting me
cleaners for the
fast
perfect
forward it.
finishing touch. And our special members only lane means you can get in, get clean, and get back on the road in minutes. Plus, there are no contracts. You can cancel anytime. Catch the happy wave by joining the Clean Club online
Okay,
or
do
at
I
any
have to listen to
Tidal
all
Wave
this
Auto
on
Spa
here? Or
location.
can I fast forward it? Okay, so what did I do?
You change it.
I didn't change it. What is it doing? Y'all, I'm trying to get this to work. I don't know what's going on with it. Hold on, let me go back. There you go. I couldn't get it to go down. Why? Fast forward, go out some.
And if you look, you'll start to see what look like maybe some bumps over here on the side.
Why it sound so low?
It's on your phone.
Areas of skin that I can't do a whole
Can y'all hear this good?
look at that when I get the skin surface off.
Yeah, it was just kind of
Hey, Cynthia Craig.
Just the darker areas to try to determine, okay, what is this that I'm looking at? And I also have to remember that she's been out in the woods for a while. So one of the things I have to think about when I'm doing my exam, is this a real injury? Or is this from animals coming out of the back,
say it's low.
eating on the remaining?
What the hell? Oh,
I do know that there was about 5 or 6 inch holes in that bag around her face that gave animals access to her face. So I know there's facial stuff that's artifact.
This is states 180.
This is on the right arm, and you see an older scarred injury linear. That could be from something like what I'm holding in my hand, hitting the upper arm and causing a wound that's scabbed and healed as a scar. And then the other stuff down below that we already looked at.
This is states 181.
And this is a closer up of that area on the left back of the forearm. You can see here where you've got an abrasion or an excoriation here. You've got the same thing here, but this is healing. The edges you see are kind of a different.
Y'all, I'm sorry. I ain't never did the screen sharing and I'm not understanding why it's so low. I'm trying to turn it up so you guys can hear it.
24th, 2021.
And that's still extremely low.
And Amari, as far as we believe her body was located, discovered the day before, right? November the 23rd, 2021?
Yes, sir. I did the autopsy about 11:30, and she was pronounced dead about 12. Probably found maybe an hour before that, the day before.
Okay, so the day prior. Based upon your examination of her, can you put an approximate time frame on her death?
Okay, you can hear it. Well, as long as you can hear it, because it ain't letting me turn it up.
I would really be hesitant to do that for a lot of reasons. One is that she's in plastic bags, so that
Meet the Ninja Turtles in Hero Wars. The legendary RPG Hero Wars welcomes new heroes to the battlefield. Unleash their full power in thrilling battles against sinister monsters.
Turn it back down. It ain't gonna let me skip it. Don't look right. Okay, right there.
hinders decomposition.
It's still low.
It's November, so the temperature's going to be important.
That's just how it's
Cold
recorded.
is in a wooded environment. So
Now, if y'all listen to him, y'all will hear him say they found the little girl in a plastic trash bag in a wooded environment. This little girl was missing for years before they found her. She was actually reported in 22, from what OB told me. But the trial was yesterday, so I want to correct myself from earlier. Hey, Annie Me Lover 2010, how you doing, love? Look and see if the volume wasn't all the way up, but oh, okay, it is louder. Okay, let's get back in it. Hopefully y'all can hear it with me, man. This is a crazy case, man. I'm shocked, but in these days and times, you never know what people gonna do to little kids. It's real crazy.
So the sunlight coming and going, it would really take a lot more detail for me to be able to say when she died. In addition, I don't know if, because there's an interval, what the conditions were between when she died and when she was placed in this environment. That's not something I feel comfortable telling you a definitive answer to.
Okay, could it stretch from a couple of days to a week out, or you're hesitant to even go that far?
It would depend. If she didn't have any refrigeration, for instance, if she's in a cold refrigerated room, that would slow down decomposition. I would really need to know more about the weather, the environment. I can tell you this, if all else being equal, she didn't appear to have a lot of decompositional changes. Instead, what she had was animal depredation.
Because this was late
No,
November.
it's
the weather
animal.
was
They say what she had.
Yes, sir.
late November. Well, let me ask you this way. In regards to the laceration of the liver, would that in and of itself have cause for death?
Not Amari's death, but if you took somebody in every other way, shape, and form like Amari and inflicted that liver injury to them, that person could die just from that liver injury, but that's not Amari. Amari had everything else going in that physiology we talked about with battered child syndrome.
So the lacerated liver, if untreated, that would not in and of itself cause death.
Again, you can't isolate in Amari's case one thing because it didn't happen that way. You have somebody who has this background who then has an injury.
Now, if y'all understand what he is saying, it's like she had a whole lot of stuff going on, like liver injury. Like they had to take a lot. That's how you can tell this little girl had been beaten for a while. She said, that's just the courts. That's just the courts. That's low because the commercial was loud. Exactly. I noticed that too, Tyrese. I noticed that too. It was loud, but when I get to when you want to hear the details, it's low. She said, now say what now? I'm shaking my head. That part, I'm telling you. that is funny because that was the truth. Let's get back into it.
Injury inflicted on her. If you take somebody else who's not Amari, but just give them that liver injury, then that person could die with an untreated liver injury like that.
What would be the time frame for a person to die from the lacerated liver?
Again, exactly the circumstances, like Amari, it's hard to say. If it's not her, but somebody with just that liver injury, I'm not a clinician. That is, I don't treat people. I can tell you that I would think a couple of hours would be probably pushing it. She had 120 milliliters, which is 4 ounces of blood in her belly. Her total blood volume for a kid of her weight, now she probably has less because of her malnutrition, but they would have 1.8 liters. So think of a 2-liter bottle of Coke. She's almost that much blood, 1.8, so almost a 2-liter bottle. And she's lost, you got a 500 milliliter, and she's got 120. So she's lost a significant volume of blood, 7% of her total blood volume, something like that. That's what I could measure. But there's more blood I can't measure, like that 3.5-inch clot over her liver. I can't measure that. The blood in her lung, I can't measure that. The blood in her heart, I can't measure that. The blood under her skin, I can't measure that. She lost a significant blood volume.
Would she have lost consciousness?
Now, did y'all hear all of the damage and blood loss and malnutrition, like everything that was wrong with this little girl? And that's not even half. So what my thing is, like with the sentencing with the girlfriend, I can completely understand that. I don't know if y'all heard what the sentencing was. I'm going to tell y'all what she got, but I want y'all to listen to what all happened before I tell y'all what she was sentenced with, because when you hear it, you're going to be like, wow, but I honestly feel like the mother should have the same sentence. And that's what my question is. It's not why the girlfriend got so much of a harsh sentence, and it's why the mother hasn't been charged yet, because they obviously did this together. But let's get back into it.
Consciousness over a period of time?
At some point, I would expect her to lose consciousness just from the loss of blood.
Can you estimate a time frame from the loss of blood?
I can't do that. It's different for different people, and also with her malnutrition, her hematocrit, the percent of her blood that's red blood cells, which tells us how much oxygen she has the ability to carry. I can't assess that because I don't know. She may have started with a normal of 40%, say, and hers may have started at 30% because she's malnourished.
In your autopsy, I think you noted that she had a right rib fracture. Would that have occurred prior to her death, after her death? Do you know one way or the other?
Yes, sir. Both of the rib fractures, both the right and the left, were older. That's part of the basis of the battered child syndrome.
So it was both right and left?
That's correct. The left was fresher, but still old.
Can you put a time frame?
It's really, really hard to do. I would say with the fracture callus, which is when you get a fracture, the two ends of the bone come together and you get a lump where those two bones come together. On the left, that lump, you could see where the fracture line was. So that's probably weeks. And then the other side, I didn't see that pattern. So that's probably months, or it could be much older.
The blood work that was done, that all came back negative for drugs, if I understood, on page 20 of your report.
That's correct. So we send our samples out to the GBI lab, and in this case, we also sent out for chemistry.
Now, y'all, I have a question. What in the world could these two women been doing to this little girl to have 2 fractured ribs? Not one, but I'm talking about the left and the right. Like, that is crazy. Like, I mean, I have never seen this type of child abuse on no type of child. Like, I really hate that Amari had to go through this. There's no telling what she had to really live through. She was only 8 years old. She was 8 years old, y'all. Like, this is what goes on with some of these children, man, in a home. She was in the home with her mother and her mother's girlfriend. Like, this is crazy.
To a different lab, but the blood work for drugs was all negative. And
this is why I don't trust people around my kids, man.
Didn't find it.
You never know.
Okay. And needless to say, this was not a case where you found any type of gunshot wounds, stab wounds, anything of that nature, correct?
No, sir. Exclusive of what we talked about, the multiple blunt force injuries and the older healed and healing injuries, the battered child syndrome and the malnutrition. This was an otherwise healthy young girl that had no additional trauma.
Mm.
And we've used a couple of terms here when the state was asking you some questions. Scabs. What specifically are we talking about when we're talking about a scab versus a scar?
So a scar is actually fibrous tissue that mends together, it meshes together. So you've got, it's almost like weaving it back together with tissue that binds the edges of the wound together and the skin becomes intact. A scab is a layer of dead cells, pus, dried debris that forms over the surface of a wound. That's during the process of healing. So while that scab is there, you're getting healing underneath the skin, but the skin is not fully woven back together. So that's the difference, is the scar means this is old. The scab means we're still working on it. It's still in the process of healing.
And I realize every person, every human being is different from the next one, but generally speaking,
Hey, listen, I had to pause it, Tyrese, because you said the exact thing I've been saying since I heard of this case. They beat her till they couldn't beat her no more. They basically beat her to death. And then they put her in a trash bag and threw her in the woods and buried her. And then went and reported her as missing. Y'all, they actually went and reported her missing 2 years in 2022. That's when they went and reported this girl missing. They've been searching for this girl since 2022. And they got a tip and heard it was she was in the woods. That's probably one of them women's guilty conscience. Who else would know that this woman, who could live with that type of guilt, unless it's just the people that did it, and that's just to keep themselves out of jail. Not even the mother should have been able to live with that type of guilt. Your own child dead in the woods 2 years after y'all done reported them missing. Like, that's some sick stuff. That's crazy. Let's get back into it, though.
how long does it take for a scab to occur?
It can happen very quickly. When the wound is small and exposed to air, the blood's going to clot on the surface and can heal. I mean, I would say common experience would be the best way to answer that. You've seen those, but the thing is, you also have deeper wounds that heal more slowly because they are deeper and it takes more time. There are some wounds that don't get stitched back together. You stitch an open wound to bring the edges together to allow that fibrosis to happen underneath. The scab forms on top. Those heal very quickly. So those scabs don't last a long time. Versus an open wound, it takes longer. And I just can't give you a precise timeline.
Would it potentially be within a couple of days?
Depending on the type of wound, a deeper wound is not going to be a couple of days. It's going to be longer.
Okay, and again, knowing every person is different, how about in regards to a scar? Is there a particular time frame for a scar to
Where I
occur?
can tell you that it will be scarred, I don't think you can really do that. If you've got scabs, kids pick at scabs. That then kind of sets the clock back a little bit. Also, with her malnutrition, she's going to heal more slowly. So I really can't give you, I wish I could tell you, it's going to take 2 weeks. It's going to take 4 weeks. That wouldn't be accurate.
The malnutrition affects someone's skin,
It affects the entire body.
but specifically in regards to the skin, what's the effect of malnutrition on a person's skin?
Well, you're going to lose subcutaneous fat, which means the skin is going to be thinner, and you lose the immune response becomes impaired. So the white blood cells that come in to help with repair are going to not work as well.
Would it be more susceptible to bruising?
I would say probably it would be more susceptible to bruising because you wouldn't have the structural integrity. You wouldn't have the subcutaneous fat. So yeah, I would say probably more susceptible to bruising. And also depending on what's missing, for instance, vitamin C, scurvy, that condition, and others like vitamin K, clotting factors. Yeah, I would say probably more prone to bruising.
You were also had mentioned in the direct, use the word fresh in regards to fresh injury or in the context of wounds and so forth. Can you elaborate a little bit when you use the word fresh in that context, what you're referring to?
Not to be smart in the answer, but it means not old. So I'll try to explain that a little better. Fresh would be anywhere from it just happened out to where the white blood cells, specifically a type of cell called a PMN, a neutrophil, that's the same cell. Those come in by a couple of hours. I expect to see those specific cells out to 2 to 3 days. I see different types of inflammatory cells, and I see red blood cells breaking down. So when I say fresh, it's somewhere from that just happened out to where I get the white blood cells, the neutrophils, and some other reactive changes, but I'm not seeing that second wave of inflammation coming in. So we're not talking 2 days.
2 days from the time, obviously, you're examining.
No, sir. The process, the clock stops when you die. So what I'm saying is when
Hey, Tonya Golden, how you doing, love? So what y'all thinking, man? What y'all thinking about this case so far? Y'all let me know what y'all thinking in the chat. She said it's a lot of sick people. It's a lot of sick people out here. You got to be careful who you allow around your kids. Yeah, that's a lesson that got to be taught. But it's crazy because this girl had to be around the kids. I just can't believe the mother was aware of all of this stuff. I'm going to fast forward some, y'all, so y'all can get to the good part because I ain't got time to go through this whole video. But this is definitely one that y'all definitely need to catch.
whenever these
Hold on, let me
events, when these fresh injuries
catch and
happened,
move.
was within that time frame of when she actually passed.
See over there? There you go. Should have covered them. I didn't cover them. But at the end of the day, the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, is the state has the full, total, and complete burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt to prove to you by evidence that Celeste Owens is guilty. And I submit to you, in regards to a particular case before y'all, the evidence that's been presented. You never heard squat, jack, about the carpet. So none of those pillowcases, clothing, none of that stuff was ever set off. Well, it was, never had any results. Was it there had been blood in any of that stuff? I submit to you, you would have heard about it. But you don't have any of that. So what you have in this case, ladies and gentlemen, is supposition. Is guesswork. Is, well, this is July. Let's equate it now over to November. Guilty. I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, please hold the state to their burden of proof, as the judge will tell you you must do. Render a verdict that speaks the truth in this case based upon the evidence and the lack thereof. Follow the judge's instructions regarding your duty and ask you to return a verdict of not guilty.
Thank you, Mr. Raymond. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I want everybody to stand up and stretch for a moment. Everybody good? Be seated when you're ready.
participate in the death of Amari Hall is to believe that essentially the defendant was tasked with caring for these children, being called their dad, being in a relationship with Celeste, with Brittany Owens, admitting in her interview with the police to living at the Congress Hotel, living at the Hometown Studios, to say that she had been in a relationship and had been getting to know the kids and being with the kids for going on 2 years, and that while all this is happening, she's just standing there watching. Just standing there, not doing anything other than watching Brittany Hall beat Amari. That's what she wants you to believe, and that's simply unbelievable. And the evidence is clear as to why that's unbelievable. And let's look at it now. So let's look at these videos. You see them, and it's hard to unsee them. But they saw it every day. She saw it every day. And the reason these videos are important, the detective, Detective Sorensen, said that they occurred over a range between July 20th and August 9th of 2021. That's when they were stamped. And the judge will also tell you that the date really doesn't matter, as long as it happens before the filing of the indictment. So we can pick a date, which was the first day, July 20th of 2021, but those videos occurred over a period of time. Detective Sorensen told you that, and the judges will also tell you that that date is not going to be an issue. But it is important. And here's why. It's important because Dr. Downs said that this was a pattern. It was the first day, July 20th of 2021.
Okay, you guys, if y'all can hear me, I know a lot of y'all didn't get in here, so y'all didn't see what all she was charged with. And this is just Celeste, the girlfriend's, the mother of the child's girlfriend, Celeste Owens. That's who was actually charged yesterday, and she was charged with all kind of counts. I think I showed y'all that first video, so if y'all just got in, if y'all go back to the beginning, y'all will see what all she was charged with. It was over 20 counts. So basically, Linda said, "My Lord, have mercy, Jesus. Why would anyone want to hurt a child? It's some sick, sad people in the world." It is. But let me tell y'all how God worked now. Celeste Owens, which is, like I said, the girlfriend of the mother of the child, she is who was charged yesterday, and she was sentenced to life in prison with 235 years after that, consecutive. So that means she gonna have to serve life in jail, in prison, die, and come back and do another 235 years. Like, is that even possible? So I feel like she got time on her hands to think about everything that she done did, the way she done this little girl and all. But my biggest question is, what is gonna happen to the mother? Like, why is the mother not standing right beside her? Because
it clearly says that they did this together. They did this act together.
Yes, they said through the trial that they did it together. Like, I'm not just assuming. This is what the prosecutor and them said on, they basically said they did it together. So if they did it together, why is Celeste Owens the only one being charged? Now, if I'm missing something and y'all investigate this case, which I will be going in a little deeper in it to see what all happened and what didn't happen, just to see what I could get a bigger grasp of, because OB just brought this to my attention when I got off work. But when I say I just want to know, what about the girlfriend? You know, like, is she gonna be charged? Because I feel like it's only right that she be charged as well. Y'all did this together, and I feel like she should even get more time than Celeste, because this was your biological child.
Okay. It said prosecutor Sabrina Nazam presented evidence of severe abuse, highlighted that Owens and the child's mother, Brittany Hall, acted together in the mistreatment of Amori. Amori's body was discovered in a wooded area, and the medical examiner testified that she died from multiple blunt force injuries, showing signs of malnutrition and battered child syndrome. The defense argued that the evidence did not conclusively prove Owens' responsibility for Amori's death, emphasizing the timeline discrepancies and urging the jury to focus on facts rather than emotion. The prosecution case included graphic evidence such as photos, videos, and witness testimony, while the defense rested without calling any witnesses, and Owens did not testify. Yeah, they said that they did it together, man. And it said it took about 2 hours for the jurors to reach a unanimous verdict on charges including malice unaliving, 3 counts of felony unaliving, aggravated battery, aggravated assault, 11 counts of cruelty to children, making a false statement, and concealing the death of another. Yeah, that's a lot, man. That's crazy.
Read them charges off again. And that ain't all, because she had like 15, 16. I heard him like...
It's 21, but that's
21 charges in all, y'all. That's how
That's
she
all
got
of it.
life. She got life plus 235 years. That's consecutive time. Like, a human being ain't even going to be able to do that much time. Life's supposed to be it. You know what I'm saying? Until you gone.
They're making a statement.
Right. They was making a big statement, but the statement that I didn't receive is what's going to happen to the mother. I want to know what Brittany stand. Ain't that her name?
Yeah.
I want to know what's going to happen to Brittany. You feel me? Because why the hell Brittany walking around here free, scotch free at that, and your girlfriend done got life and 235 years? Like, how the hell? And then, especially for them to put this in the paper, like...
Okay. Right here, Brittany Hall, the biological mother of all 3 children, awaits trial at a later date.
Oh, so she was charged. What she charged with?
You don't get on to that.
So all 3 kids was dead?
No, I just think
just Amori. Okay. So what happened to the other 2? We gotta figure that out. I'm definitely gonna check into this case, y'all, because this is very interesting to me. So I'm definitely gonna figure out where the other 2 kids at, because Brittany had 3 kids, y'all, not just one. Is y'all commenting? I'm not seeing them because I don't see nothing. I don't see absolutely nothing.
They're down there.
I was wondering why I wasn't seeing nothing. Scroll on down. Hold on, right there at that line. Click that. Right here. Okay, yeah, I'm missing all of y'all comments, y'all. That's why I wasn't talking to y'all. I'm sorry. I wasn't even seeing it. Me and OB just had to scroll up because I was like, ain't no way. Ain't nobody ain't saying nothing in all this time now. I know I ain't got but a fruit on here, but I know somebody got something to say about this.
It say the prosecution rested his case in the morning. Okay, compelling evidence over the course of the trial. Their final witness, Dr. James Claude Upshaw Downs. Man, that ain't got a lot of names.
Yeah, he got a lot.
Gwinnett County's associate medical examiner testified that Amori passed away of multiple blunt force injuries. He detailed the horrific abuse the child endured, describing evidence of malnutrition, internal bleeding, fractures, and what he termed battered child syndrome. Battered child syndrome involves multiple wounds in various stages of healing across different parts of the body, indicating repeated episodes of abuse. Amori's injuries included significant blunt force trauma to her chest, a damaged liver, defense wounds on her hands, and bound legs. Her autopsy revealed fresh and old scars and blistered skin along the signs of severe malnutrition. At the time of her passing, Amari weighed just 54 pounds at 8 years old.
That's crazy. Tyrese said maybe they're gonna charge her later because there's no way they letting this mother get away with anything she did. I know that's right, because I feel like Tyrese, she should be, both of them need to be charged the same thing, but I feel like honestly that mother need to get it worse because you laid down and had these babies. Like you carried these babies for 9 months and you allowed, even if you didn't do it with her, you watched, you knew about it, you didn't report it, and she been dead and you went and reported her missing. Like that's some sick stuff. Dawn said that's a lot of charges. Yeah, and they deserve every single charge they got. And they probably deserve more because that's terrible. Dawn says, yes, and it was just a shooting over here. Yeah, I seen you said that the recent was a dead body found. Now, and I don't mean to sound, like no, it don't nobody matter but kids, but it's just something about babies, man. I don't like that. Like when you grown, you have choices. You got decisions to make. That basically, if you live that lifestyle of somebody killing and hurting, and that's 9 times out of 10, that's how you gonna go. But when you got an innocent child, 8 years old, you ain't being hurt by somebody in the street. That's what you would expect. You being hurt by the people that you think supposed to love you, care for you, cherish you. You know what I'm saying? Like your mother, like that's crazy. That's just nonsense. And then with the girlfriend, it's 2 women in the house. It should be more love than anything. You feel me? And they just beating this girl for all this time. Like you don't even know how long this done happened. Like that's crazy to me. It really is. Like I just pray for my youth, man, my kids and all. I hope and pray the world get better. We got to do it one by one. It ain't all going to happen at one time. Yeah, that's sickening. I was just looking at some lady on TikTok that's been charged for killing her baby. Yeah, like that's crazy, man. That's crazy work. But I know Selena Owens, y'all, and I feel like that's amazing. She got a life sentence plus 235 more years. So I feel like we're gonna wait. I just want to sit and wait and see what the wall look like when Britney turn come around. And I wouldn't wish death on nobody, but that's some crazy stuff. Your own child, you kill him, like that's just weird to me. I can't believe it. But y'all, I hope that y'all enjoy this content. I will be doing more videos and stuff now that my sister showed me how to add my video on. I'm gonna start doing more content on different stuff on YouTube and different cases in the news, different stuff that I see that I feel like important to me or it has value. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody can learn something from it or it's just interesting. We're going to definitely dive in. So y'all definitely stay tuned. If y'all ain't subscribed, please go grab that subscribers, hit that subscribe button. And I want to thank everybody again, man, that just came out to listen to my little session. This wasn't planned. I know this a little rough around the edges, you feel me? But I just got off work. OB just told me about this story, and I said, let me go live on YouTube and talk about that for a minute. So now I'm about to, relax, chill, and do it again tomorrow. It's workflow for me, Thank you, sis, twice for them 2 super stickers, 2 $10 super stickers. I appreciate it. Damn, all 3 came from, hold on. Oh, no, Demetria Harrison. Okay, Demetria Harrison, shout out to you, sis. Thank you for that $10 super sticker. She said, love to support you. I appreciate it, every single bit of it. Sis, I appreciate all your support, too, and you already know I love you. Appreciate you so much. Everybody else that tapped in, man, I appreciate y'all too, man. And y'all have a blessed night. Go get y'all some rest. Peace.